Hi guys, Lindsay here with Storybrook Family Farm. Today I wanted to do a little bit of a discussion of predators. So we raise Bantam chickens, which are basically just miniature sized chickens. They do all the same things that regular chickens do, they're just a lot smaller, they eat a lot less food, and they're just, in our opinion, way better than big chickens. Plus, you can have a lot more of them and you don't look so crazy. But so that because of their small size, it makes them a lot more prone to predators. Um, like for us, we have a real problem with having hawks and falcons and things of that nature trying to hunt the birds. Um, but one of the things that we do to try to help prevent that is we have them actually housed with our goats. And because the goats are a larger size, they end up deterring a lot of the aerial predators. Another thing that we do is we have them in an area that has a lot of like small shrubs. It has some multifloral rows, some berry bush plants, things like that. Primarily for the goats to chew on, but also so that way it gives coverage for the birds. So that way when a rooster yells hawk, then all of the hens pretty much and other roosters will also scatter and hide under the bushes. That is a rooster's main purpose. He is a rooster. Those are all hens right there with him. He is guarding them and protecting them and constantly on the lookout for any sort of predator that might come and try to eat them. That is his job. That is one of the greatest reasons to keep roosters, if you live in an area that you are allowed roosters, is for protection. They will also, fertilize the eggs and help the ladies find treats. But honestly, we've had a lot of roosters that have been killed by things because they were saving hens. Which brings me to the second list of predators that I have, the second one on the list, and that is the one that is the absolute worst. We have had serious issues with raccoons. A lot of people would think, oh, well, a raccoon is kind of cute. And, some people try to make them be their pets and different things like that. But if you've ever seen what a raccoon will do to a bird, it is horrible. Like, it is honestly, it's horrific. We've actually had a hen, all that was left of her from a raccoon attack was a wing. A rooster was dead beside her, and the only thing taken from him was his head. So that tells you that he went down to try to protect her, and he got himself killed. The other day, we had a raccoon break in. The other night, we had a raccoon break into our chicken area of the barn, and it killed and took 4 hens. And it kept coming back and trying to get back in. We had set live traps for it, and we caught it and killed it. Once raccoons, that's the hard part too with raccoons. They are very, very, very smart animals. So once they find that there's a food source inside of a building or inside of an area or a container or whatever, it doesn't even matter. They then will know, okay, there's guaranteed food as long as I get in there. So they will try, if you block one way, they'll search for another way. If they can't get in another way, then they'll make a way in. They will destroy anything pretty much to try to get to where they know there is guaranteed food. So once you have a raccoon in your area that goes into your coop and all that, there's no getting rid of it without getting rid of it. Tracy's mom, my wife, her mom actually raises ducks as well. And she has had serious issues with raccoons getting in, and now is down to only 1 duck that is coming here for basically to be rescued. We were out there yesterday we set a trap the day before, well, Tracy did, to catch the raccoon, and we caught it in the trap, and it was only caught after it killed 3 ducks. Like, tore them to bits and pieces. It was horrific to see what it did. They were just mangled, and there was innards that were on the outside, and it was horrible to see, honestly. Like, seeing a raccoon attacking a duck, because she doesn't raise little birds or anything like that. Like, she raises pecans. Like, those are a very large, heavyweight duck, and it was just like decimated and stuff. Tracy's mom called her this morning and said, hey, come get this last living duck, because there was 4 ducks left as of yesterday, after we reinforced the door for the chicken coop and made it so that way it can't get in the way that it was getting in. And the coop is a very secured coop, and it still found a way last night to get in. But Casey's mom called her this morning and said, hey, we didn't catch anything in the trap, but the raccoon got in again, and it almost killed 3 of the 4 remaining pecans. And she asked us to come and take the last remaining pecan duck to bring it here, so that way it can be safe and protected from coons, because she's done with it and stuff. And that's something that raccoons can do too. They can really zap your joy and enjoyment from raising animals to watch them be just picked off one by one by one by one, and it feels like a never-ending battle and stuff. It's kind of like fighting an invisible enemy and stuff with the raccoons, because sometimes they'll even hunt in pairs and in entire family units. So they'll even send the littlest one in a small hole or whatever to go in, get the critter, and bring it back out for the big fat ones to come eat. Like, raccoons are very, very, very smart. We have not had, thankfully, as of yet, we have not had any issues with coyotes. Everything that I've read says that coyotes typically do not go after birds, especially chickens that can fly. That's one of the perks about raising bantams, is they can actually fly pretty well. Not like as good as a regular bird, but they can actually fly to get up on top of the barn roof and stuff. So they can escape and evade capture pretty easily if it's daytime. When a chicken is sleeping, it's easy pickings. They'll just stand there, they'll squat there because they sleep squatted down, but they don't get up. Like, a predator can just snatch them and take them and stuff. They sleep very soundly. But yeah, so we haven't had any issues with coyotes attacking anything. Our biggest issue has been falcons, hawks, and the raccoons. Hopefully, we don't ever have any issues with the coyotes. We do live in an area that there is a large coyote population, but we lock everything up at night, so it'd be very difficult for a larger animal like a coyote to come into the barn. But yeah, so we've definitely had our fair share of losses. I know that a lot of people have had other predation problems that have been significantly worse, but we've only lived at this homestead for a month and a half now, and we've already had things lost to hawks, falcons, and raccoons. So it's definitely been a challenge to come to a place that's been pretty much abandoned and forgotten about, and nature's taken it over for the past few years to now here we are with all these delicious tasting birds for easy pickings, I suppose. But as time goes on, I'm sure it'll get better. But yeah, so that is our experience with predators. If you guys have any comments or experience of your own, please leave them down in the comment section below. If you're enjoying our content, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to help us grow. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.